is very interesting. We've never done that piece. We have done Teresa del Riego before, as Simon has noticed. Simon, who has requested this on behalf of Talbot House Museum in Belgium,
Let's
which is
take
a
a quick
First
screenshot.
World War. Oh, yes.
Quick screenshot. First World War living museum.
Living
isn't it, Patricia?
museum
We've
in
been there many
Belgium.
times, and if you've
We
watched
have
this
seen-
channel
yes.
numerous times, you will have noted, or if you're watching it on our channel on Patricia Hammond Songs, that we have been present at Talbot House for even living room requests.
Yes, you can see clips on Instagram. You can see clips. Also, we filmed Danny Boy there. We filmed You Were the Only Girl in the World there in the museum. It's a living museum.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
actually spend the night in the museum. Highly recommend you go
I
to
really would.
Belgium just to go to this place.
It's a
But
very
also
cool
there's-
museum.
If you like beer, you'd love it too, because there's hops everything around there.
I mean, you can say that for Belgium, but
Yeah,
generally.
but that particularly, it's a very nice place to go. It's a very nice place in Popperinge. Anyway, it is. So we were the great history of Talbot House, which is a place where soldiers would get a chance to kind of rest and relax and forget the war and forget their rank, and it was headed up and run by this
forget alcohol.
amazing yes, that too, amazing churchman.
Yeah, it was Reverend.
Reverend
Tubby.
Tubby Clayton. And it's just amazing. And there are lots and lots of what do we call that? Archives.
Yes.
There, and written accounts. And one such written account mentions this song, and it's not recorded. This is your first time.
I don't think anyone's made an audio
No,
recording
they
of this song.
haven't.
I mean, they might have, but they haven't released it publicly in such a manner that it can be found in such a manner that the sources document it.
It's such an ideal use.
Living room request.
Of living room requests, because it's not been recorded. We also happen to be I should say, I mean, this is not modest, but we are experts in this particular era of music.
There are a few people who have played as many different numbers as we have for
From
as
the
long.
1910s. So this is from 1916. This song is written, it's written in 1915, and it's dedicated to Vera on the 23rd of December in 1915.
Mhm.
Now, in late December 1916, almost exactly one year later, there is a written account from the Second Lieutenant GLLW, aka Corps Cyclist Walla, late December 1916, and he wrote the following, mentioning this piece. He wrote, "Tomorrow I sing for the Padre at Talk H." Talk H was what they called Talbot House. "Would I mind singing Nazareth, please? So it shall be that. And Teresa del Riego's Noel. What it is to be versatile, the juvenile lead of Winter Nights and I Miss You So, honey fame, it becomes the serious tenor. War does queer things."
Also, it depends who's available, right? It's like, well, you're a singer.
Well,
sing these songs.
COVID did queer things too. It had me singing metal, because of this very series. So there we go, bringing it back to myself like any singer would. The concert at Talbot House was remarkably good. One turn was by a man who had been a professional conjurer in civilian life. He caught the men's hats as they threw them at him, made them disappear in a trice, and then reappear out of his back. An awfully clever
That
trick.
sounds good.
An RAMC private with a well-trained voice recited in a nice sort of talking way. Not a bit ranting or melodramatic. There you go. Nice sort of talking way. That's something to do. He made our hairs stand on end and then lumps come to our throats. I got on all right, but I prefer Winter Nights, and Florrie was a flapper. Well, we can do both of those, should you ever want. And actually, is it the Versatile 4 did Winter Nights?
We should also do
Plucky,
one
plucky.
of the other ones that you mentioned, but carry on.
Make the men laugh. That's what I want to do. Laughter, always laughter. After the concert, all sorts of people came up and begged me to sing for them. Some had heard me at the cinema, others at Talk H. I haven't the vaguest idea how it is to be done, but I've promised to sing for the lot. And a couple of miles away, men are being killed as I write this. It is so insensate. Why should I be carrying on like this and the other chaps going west? What is the meaning? Who or what decides and why? I don't want a cushy job like this. I'm ashamed of it. Still, if I can only manage to make the men laugh a bit with my songs, help the Padre by singing serious ones like this one we just did, Tie a bit of string round some mysterious part of that brute of a harmonium, whilst Fatty gives anguished directions. Well, perhaps it'll count as excuse. A pawn in the game hasn't much importance anyway. War. Will people ever realise what it means if one lets oneself think? Still, there's Talk H to go to. And that's how important that place was to people.
So was he not actually a combating soldier? He was...
Well, he says it.
I mean...
Poor cyclist.
Okay, so he was...
It's not like that's without danger. There's loads of danger.
There's a lot of people who'd rather do other things than that.
Isn't it interesting, though, how people sort of saw themselves? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we've thought about this many times, many years, not just on the centennial anniversary of World War One, but... Anyway, here's a very living and breathing example of that music, and we can imagine him singing it there. If you just Google Patricia Hammond Talbot House, you will see our videos. So you'll see a little bit of some of the interiors and things there.
And if you Google Teresa del Riego or YouTube search Teresa del Riego, you don't even need to put our names in because we'll come up because there isn't very much there. She was very popular in her day.
Did we not do another Christmas song of hers? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
No, but devotional. We did it at Christmas.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
We did it at Christmas in front of the Christmas tree, but it's her style is very interesting. It's Matt sees many sort of chords and progressions that kind of became very much embedded in a style you wouldn't associate listening to her later on. He needs to do a video on this. It's interesting.
Lots of styles.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's to be expected that as music progresses through history and time, there's a timeline there of things that change. You can trace, Dua Lipa or Billie Eilish's music back to J.S. Bach. It's not difficult.
Oh yeah, music is music. Music.
So, this particular type of music is not as popular as some other composers from the 1910s, let's say, who people just lump in with the general classical thing.
No, she was very popular, though. She did a lot, and a lot of her pieces of music have several different keys available on the sheet music, which shows that they did sell quite a lot.
They would need to do that. You wouldn't waste paper.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't do it unless there was a lot of desire for them. And she did write. Actually, she wrote Homing, and Homing was very, very successful. That would be very appropriate for Talbot House because it was a home away from home for the men.
That's on YouTube as well.
It is. We've done it a couple times, in fact.
Anything else to add?
Thank you, Talbot House, for asking for this because we so enjoyed
everybody there.
Doing it, and we found the music at the in the British Library. I photographed it right then and there. I asked permission, and I sent it to Talbot House so that they have it now.
Got there
in their archives.
Their fixed story.
And they can present it to other pianists to do it, and other singers. It's actually in French.
Yeah, as well. That's really useful as well.
The English words are alternative to it, but it's the prime.
The whole relationship between the French language used in Belgium and the Flemish people is up for a different.
It's different now than it was, but. The poem is really good, and it's a very good translation. It's literally the same, talking about the spiders weaving and the breath of the animals sort of warming.
It's very
Jesus.
good.
It's just a lovely poem. I really do like it, and so the English line has different kind of rhythms. So if you're reading it, you'd sort of go like, "Whoa, why did they put a dotted that there and hold that over?" Well, it's to go with the English words.
I just want to say, if you're still watching, thanks again. Please go to patriciahammond.com to request your own living room request.
Should you so desire,
or
we'll do
if
anything.
you're watching on a smart television, just click this QR code that's now covered our heads.
We can move aside.
So it's harder to move with the...
they are ugly, these things. They are so ugly.
You're going to say that every time forever.
I am going to say that because they are.
Well, they're useful.
They are, they're sure ugly. And they're all over everything. QR
you make
code,
a pretty
QR
one.
Code.
Right, they thought that about barcodes in the 1950s. Right, see you all later. Thanks so much to everybody at Talbot House, and thanks everyone else for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.